Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Alicia, and today I wanted to do a tips and tricks and habits that I've implemented when it comes to cleaning. I know not everybody likes to do cleaning. I personally do not like cleaning, but over the last few years I've really implemented these tips and tricks I'm about to share with you guys that have really helped me thrive when it comes to household chores or housework and just having 5 kids and being a busy mom. So I thought I'll share with you guys because I get a lot of questions over on my Instagram when I share stuff over on my stories. You guys always seem to love the cleaning before and after, so I thought I'll share over here on my YouTube channel. Anyway, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, please head there and do follow me. I share more so on my stories, just real quick stuff that I'm doing around the house. So yeah, if that's something you're into, I would love to have you as a viewer. Anyway, with all that being said, let's finally get into the tips and tricks I'm going to share with you guys. Tip number 1 is make your bed. I know you've heard this more than once before. Growing up, I always heard this. As an adult, I always thought I should do it, but I never really did it until the last few years. I really was like, okay, I'm going to set myself a challenge. For the next 30 days, I'm going to make my bed, and I did it every morning without miss, and it just became a habit after about 3 months. So it took a while, but I got into it every morning. I would find as soon as my alarm would go off, I would wake up and make my bed. That would stop me from getting back into bed, and I knew I'd do a workout if the bed was made, and I'm like, I can't go back to bed, I've got to work out. So try doing that. Set yourself maybe like a 7-day challenge where you just every time you wake up, you make your bed. Honestly, when you walk into your room after a long day at work or you're out and you just want to relax and you walk into your room and your bed is made, I don't know what it is, but it just brings a sense of, oh, fresh made bed, I can't wait to jump into it, it's inviting. So yeah, make your bed. I have been implementing this with my boys as well. We have 5 boys, they're all older. So the youngest is 7 and the older 2 boys are 14. So they're all quite capable of making their bed. Every morning I do have to remind my 7-year-old to make his bed. The other boys are really good. I don't even have to tell them. They'll wake up, they know the routine, they'll make their bed. So if you have children, maybe try it with them. Maybe set up a 7-day. If they make their bed for 7 days, they have a little treat. Tip number 2 is clean as you go. I know this one you've heard before as well. It's something so simple, yet I know I'm guilty of not doing this. Like sometimes I'll drink out of a cup and I'll just leave it on the sink. Instead, I'm like, okay, I should just put in the dishwasher. It's less work for me later. Things like that. Or like if you're cooking and you use something and while something's simmering on the pot, you can just wash it and put it away. I've been doing this to really help me, especially at dinner time when I know if I sit down, it will not get done. I don't want to get lazy and not do it and leave it for the morning. So I really try as I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, or if I'm waiting for my coffee in the morning, I'm quickly unloading the dishwasher. So I really try and do things while I'm waiting for something. Just really helps take the pressure off when you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to clean this, less to do. I do this with my boys as well. As soon as they walk through the front door after school, they know they've got to put their bags away, their shoes away, their lunchbox away, and not leave it for later. And they are really good at doing this. Well, this leads me to my next tip, which is have a place for everything. Again, with my boys, having children, you really got to look into storage and organization, because honestly, with so many people in a house, things just get lost in this house. So I find having a place for everything really helps. What I like to do is making sure that the boys know that they have a place for everything. So they know where their bags are, they know where their school shoes goes, they know what drawer their socks goes into and what's their school socks. Like I label everything. You don't have to label everything, but my boys know that they have a space for this and they know where their lunch boxes go, their containers go. Next tip is the 5-minute rule. It's gonna take me 5 minutes. I try and do it then and there. Sometimes I slack off and I don't do it, and then I've got like a bigger pile to do later. But if it's going to take me 5 minutes, I'll do it straight away. For example, if I have stuff in the dryer and the dryer beeps and I'm right there, I'll quickly take out the clothes and sort it out and put it away. That way I have less ironing to do and it's put away. Sometimes though, you would have seen on my Instagram, I have piles of laundry because it's just been one of those days where I haven't been able to. Or if I'm washing my face, in the afternoon, makeup off in my bathroom, and I see that my makeup has gotten everywhere. I know it'll take me 5 minutes. I just wipe down the sink and it just looks more neater. So that's something you could try, or if you're trying that, you would know how easy yet hard it can be. So do a little every day. Now, with this tip, I find especially helpful with laundry. If you're a family or even by yourself, leaving it all to one day can be so overwhelming. Anyway, I find that overwhelming. So what I like to do is doing a little every day. What I have going for a routine is as soon as everyone's had a shower, I take everything to the laundry and I put it into the washer. And on my washing machine, I actually have a delay start. I think most washers now have that. And I normally set it to like 10 hours. So it's about like 7 when I put it on. So it's like 5:30 normally by the time it's done, or 6. And that's around the time when I'm in the kitchen and my laundry is actually off my kitchen. So I hear the beeper go on the washer and okay, washing's done. And while I'm making coffee or having breakfast, I'll quickly unload, hang it up or put it in the dryer, whatever the weather, is at the moment. But yeah, and I find that really helps doing a little bit every day. And then in the afternoon when the kids come home, we have this habit where whoever's turn it is, they'll go get the laundry off the line and I kind of sort it out and they'll put their laundry away. So that's something I try and do. I've been doing it actually on and off for the last few years and it really has helped. So yeah, that's another tip I thought you might find helpful. My next tip is one of my favorites and I love doing this one. It is setting yourself a 10-minute timer. Now, I've done a video on this, I'll leave it down below, but you'll be surprised how much you can clean in 10 minutes. Literally, I will put a 10-minute timer on and I'll like power through the house and I'm normally like, oh my goodness, I got so much done. So yeah, if that's something you want to try out, do it, because honestly you'll be surprised how much you can clean. And normally when I'm doing this 10-minute timer cleaning, I end up doing more because I'm like, well, the timer's gone and I'm nearly done, I'm just gonna finish what I'm doing. So if you find yourself like really hard to get up and get motivated to clean, or I like to put on a good playlist or a podcast or a book and just put a timer and go through it and you'll be surprised how much you get. And for my number 7 tip, it is keep your bench tops to a minimum. Now, in our kitchen, we have a lot of counter space and we used to have piled on it so much stuff. Half of the stuff, I don't even know why. It didn't even make sense, but we had just so much stuff everywhere on every counter space. I think when I moved into the house, we just were living on top of each other. We had just so much stuff from Chris's stuff, my stuff, and we were like, okay, this is not working. So I had to declutter and organize and get rid of stuff. And I found keeping our counters to a minimum and just having like the essentials out really make a difference. So when I know people are coming over, all I do is take the things away, and like your toaster or grill or whatever you have on top that doesn't need to be there, and just putting it away and giving the counters a wipe. It just automatically makes the kitchen more inviting and clean. And it just looks neat and tidy for some reason. So try and keep your counters to a minimum. I know it is hard. And like I always say, houses are meant to get messy and dirty. We live here, but it helps kind of keep on top of things, I find. So yeah, maybe try that. Now, when there are days where my house is completely mess, and it is most of the times, like everything is a mess, and I walk into the house and I've had a busy day, or we run in errands and stuff like that. And I get really overwhelmed. I don't know where to start because there's just so much to do. So what I like to do, cleaners do this, they pick a spot, they clean clockwise and they start top to bottom. So if you walk into a room and you're like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Just pick a spot and go clockwise from there, and also just go top to bottom. So like I would pick a spot and I'll start cleaning in that clockwise direction, and I'll go top to bottom. So I'll dust and wipe everything onto the floor, and then I'll do the vacuuming and mopping last. And I find that just really helps me not miss a spot, and I kind of feel like it like gives me a direction in the way to go. So yeah, and is investing in cleaning products. This is something that I really was last year like, okay, I need to seriously think about what kind of equipment I'm using to clean, because vacuuming became such a chore when I'd have to plug it in and yeah, just zip around the house. And it doesn't help because the house is stepped. So our kitchen is like up a level, then you walk down into a lounge and then up again. So vacuuming was just such a nightmare. I'd have to like plug in this wall, take you to that room. It was just, I didn't like it basically. So I waited for a vacuum to go on sale. I wanted the LG specifically because I loved the reviews on it and I liked the battery life on it. I'll leave the one down below that I'm using for you guys to check out anyway. But yeah, it is, I cannot tell you how good it is. It is such a great investment piece. I use this vacuum every day without even thinking about vacuuming. It doesn't feel like such a chore for me. Same thing with my mop. I invested in the Co mop and it already has broken, but when it worked, it was really good. I'll leave the Co one down below, but I am going to go on Amazon and buy a similar type of mop where it's a bottle and you hook it into your mop, and then you can spray and mop. Because we have engineered wood, I can't use a steam mop, so I find having the the cold mop with the spray on it, it's really good. It works really well, so I love using that. Another thing I invested in as a busy mom is a robotic vacuum. Now, I know not everybody wants one, but you could get a really good deal on Amazon, or sometimes JB Hi-Fi or Harvey Norman have sales on these, so keep an eye out, or even Myers. I bought mine when Amazon had their big sale, and I was like, I want one in the morning while I leave to go drop the kids off. It'll automatically turn on. I've set it onto a timer, and it'll come clean the kitchen, because after we've been through the kitchen, the floor's a mess. So by the time I get home from dropping the kids, the kitchen floor is at least clean. And if I don't have time to vacuum the kitchen, I know it's done. So yeah, robotic vacuum is a great investment piece and a good vacuum. You can't do it all on your own. If you have kids that are, I don't know, toddlers or older, get help, because you will find it's, teaches them a lesson as well, and it helps them, give them some life skills. So even when my kids were younger and they were toddlers and they'll pull toys out, just getting them to put the toys back is something you could start with, and then slowly working yourself from there. Whereas you get them to help, okay guys, go through the house. Anything that belongs to you, can you take it and put it away? And when I do this with my boys, my house gets clean instantly because my boys are into Lego, magnetics, books, and a lot of just board games and card games. So we have that always lying around the house. So whenever I know I'm going to come through with the vacuum, and they collect Lego, so I don't want to vacuum their collectible items. So I tell them, boys, now go through the house, find anything and everything that belongs to you and put them where they belong. And they're really good at this. It has taken time and practice, obviously, but be patient. They do learn. And as they get older, it is easy. You just tell them and they do it once or twice. You don't have to keep reminding them so much. But yeah, get all the help you can get. Maybe your partner can help you, or maybe your family or friends, or just make a day of it, kind of thing, if you are working and you're so busy. And my last tip is that I normally get people when they come to the house, they go, oh my gosh, your house smells so good. How do you do it with 5 boys, 6 boys? I like to have candles and incense everywhere. I put diffusers as you walk into my house, because the shoes are there, and I have 5 boys. I do not need to tell you how the shoes smell, but you get the idea. It isn't a pleasant thing walking into a house and smelling shoes. So I have a diffuser going, and I have wreaths there that make the house smell really nice. Target has been my go-to for candles and diffusers and wreaths. They're really well priced and they smell nice. One of the candles smell like the dupe for Jo Malone candle, and I love it, and I've got it throughout my house. So find scents that you like that are not too overpowering. I find scents can be so hard to find, so I always go for the very clean and fresh smelling stuff over the perfumey stuff, because I find it can really just not smell nice sometimes. So yeah, always go for clean, simple smells, and have a diffuser. I put my diffuser on at night with eucalyptus or Restore oils in it, just to calm the room down, and it just sets the tone for the evening. And yeah, I just find having scents everywhere really works. Even in my linen cupboard, you open it, it's gonna smell nice, because I have put a wreath diffuser in there, and it makes all my linen smell really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it is something you enjoy and you want to see more of in the future, do let me know. I'll appreciate your feedback. Let me know, like this video, so I know going forward I can make more videos like this and share more routines and habits. Being a mom in a blended family with 5 kids takes a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of practice, and what worked and what didn't work. So I'd love to share all that with you guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.